Welcome to my channel. This is 888 Torah Teacher Reader. So I'm coming on today because I'm going to do a reading. And I want to say thank you to all of my subscribers, everybody who has donated for your likes, your shares, your subscribes, your donations, and, you know, just your positive energy. And for, you know, coming on here and allowing me to do a reading for you guys. I do appreciate it. And it is a total blessing, guys. All right, so today I'm going to read from this deck here. This is the Pop Art Tarot deck. You can get this on Temu. So I will be reading from this deck. Now today I'm going to do this a little bit different, guys. And what I'm going to do is, this is going to be more of like a spiritual reading. But let's just see what comes out, okay? Whatever comes out is what's meant to come out. So I'm going to break these cards down with a little more in-depth reading for you guys, okay? More spiritual, in-depth, if that makes sense. You will understand whenever I start going at this. All right, so what are the messages for the collective? First, I would like to cleanse my hands and say our prayer. All right. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest the table before me in the presence of my enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil, my cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Amen. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and cleanse the air. If you guys have any questions or would like a certain reading, go ahead and put it in the comment section there below. And for some of you guys, if you don't know, you know how to do that, the way that you communicate with me on here is the same way you would ask for a reading. Some people don't know how to do that. All right, so what are the messages for the collective? Please and thank you, please and thank you, please and thank you. We call upon the Lord God of heaven and earth, Lord God Almighty, Lord Jesus Christ, all the angels of heaven, 11 disciples, please come help and assist with this reading. What are the messages for the collective today? What are the messages? All right, so 3, 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, so first card up, we have the 4 of Pentacles. This is holding on to something, holding on to your finances. This could be saving for something. This could be, you know, you got financial thoughts, right, in your savings, but also in your mind. Some of them you may have taken care of, so they are grounding because they are under the feet, right here on this card. So there's grounding, something about grounding your financial stability in a more stable way, right? Let's cut the deck and see what's in the middle. And again, guys, I'm going to be reading these cards a little bit different. So this is going to be more of a spiritual reading. So we have here for the present, right? We have wisdom. This is our high priestess, in case you guys didn't know, okay? Some of you guys, you know, want to speak badly about the cards, but that's okay because a lot of people don't understand them. This is the scrolls, being the Old Testament. This is the word Torah, okay? Jesus was a Jew. So if you Google this word Torah, it means Old Testament. This is what our high priestess has in her hand. Now, some people see her as the Virgin Mary. Some people would see her as like Bathsheba, right? Depending, you know, from whose view is looking at it, right? And their interpretation. So we have here, in case you guys didn't know, this is 2 pillars right here. And this is actually the temple, the porch of Solomon's temple, right? And this is right here. Now, Solomon was in love with Bathsheba. But some people do see this card here as the Virgin Mary. Now, if you look back here, you have the pomegranates, right? Which also represents, you know, the female reproduction, right? Then, and behind this veil being the curtain of time, right, is the consciousness, right? And then here on the temple of Solomon's temple, you have Boaz and Jachin. Okay, so this is biblical, guys. But you got to do your research, okay? So don't just take my word for it. Do the research yourself, okay? So that you will know, you know? All right, so this could have to do with saving your money, and now you're in this high priestess energy. Your wisdom, right, is shining through. Maybe for some of you guys, you are learning things. Maybe you're learning about the cards, or you're just learning certain things in life, or you're going back to school. For some of you, you could be a science teacher, or you could be a teacher of like anatomy, or maybe a doctor, going to school to get your doctor and license or something like this. You could also be an OBGYN maybe. You could be a card reader or learning to read the cards. You could be any of those that I've mentioned, or learning or going to school for it. This could be psychology, you know, anything that builds our wisdom, right? Represents our high priestess, right? Let's see. All right, so then we have here at the bottom the 5 of Pentacles. This is being left out in the cold. For some of you guys, you're using your wisdom so that here in the future, you won't be left out in the cold, okay? This could be homeless. Maybe some of you guys are fearful or afraid that you're going to be homeless here in the future. Or maybe certain things, you know, maybe this is what you're saving for, because this is showing the past. So it looks like you guys have been saving a lot of your income, and you're using your wisdom so that in the future you won't become homeless, or if certain things present themselves, like natural disasters or just things hit you unexpectedly, you have this that you can fall back on, something that you expect, you know, something that you have there to ground you in case, you know, this presents itself, right? So maybe like a protection, right? Something that is a safeguard, something that you can hold on to and still use wisdom at the same time if you do end up left out in the cold or homeless, right? So on the bottom here we have the 6 of Pentacles. So at the same time, you know, you could be giving to homeless people. You could be giving giving and taking, right? So at the same time, you could be like feeding beggars or feeding homeless people. You could be balancing your money, right? But spending it in a wise way. Like for some of you, it could be that you're saving your money so wisely, like, so that in the future you could feed the homeless or take care of them or shelter them, okay? Or something as, you know, people taking advantage of you too. And sometimes when this card comes out, it means, oh, what is that word? I'm trying to think of that word now. Adultery. Yes, sometimes this means adultery, taking and giving in adultery acts, right? Because if you look at this card here, and this being the Torah, and these cards, you know, represent the Bible, right? We have to look at it from the perspective of the Bible. So this would be giving and taking, and basically adultery or fornication, right? But some of you may be spending your money towards that desire. Let's see. Yes, and money, they say, is the root of all evil, right? So maybe you're trying to balance this, right? So that in a more positive sense, a more wiser sense, right? Like we were speaking of yesterday, that David was wise, right? So this right here being the high priestess, she is wise. And here on the bottom we have the 7 of Pentacles, which is longing, right? You're looking at something, it could be something from the past, could be here in the near future. You could be thinking of a lot of things, maybe memories. You could have grown up a lot in life, right? You've learned a lot in life when it comes to money. And what this looks like to me, this is 4, 5, 6, and we have 7. Everything is aligning the way it should. And it looks like you're leveling up when it comes to your pentacles. Because look, we have 7, 8, 9, right? So, you know, for some of you, you could be independent. You could have built this stability all on your own. And, you know, nobody here to help you. You could have been left out in the cold. You could have had people who came in, because this right here also can represent someone coming in and offering a helping hand. Sometimes this is the divine, or sometimes this is just someone who presents themselves as someone of guidance who just comes in to help, right? So let's break these cards down biblically. So that's what I'm going to do today, guys. Usually I give you like the meaning of each card and we go from there. But my spirit guides have, you know, told me that the way I need to do this reading today is break it down on a spiritual sense so that you guys can better understand each card biblically, right? So let's do that. So we're going to start here with our 4 of Pentacles, and we're going to break this card down, the meaning of it biblically, right? So let's see. And we have a lot of Pentacles that just popped right out. All right, so let's see here. Let's go ahead and go a little bit deeper before we get on the spiritual side of this, guys. So I thought this would help you guys with better understanding when it comes to the spiritual side of the cards, because that is what these cards are here for, because this is the Old Testament. But just saying that to you guys doesn't really prove anything. And the only way I can do that is by reading the scriptures towards the card that it's meant for, right? All right, so we have here the 4 of Pentacles, okay, which is our Capricorn. So for some of you, you could be Capricorn. All right, so let's see here. You could be, let's see, this is responsibility and discipline. So for some of you guys, you have responsibility and you have discipline. Okay. Now with our High Priestess, we have the Moon, right? Which represents Cancer. Cancers are in their feelings. And it could be that you have transformed. This could be speaking of transformation, right? And then right here in the future, right, we have the 5 of Pentacles. And what this one is Taurus. you have Taurus. Taurus and Mercury, which Mercury is also for Gemini. Let's see here. I do have my notes. Let's see here. Where is my paper? I was up today, guys, this morning. And, you know, I got a feeling from God of something that I need to write, because God said write. So that's what I was doing this morning. I was doing a lot of brain work this morning. So as soon as I get all of this stuff gathered up and get it all in order, I will present that to you guys. But I don't want to present it to you until I get all the information together. So we have here with Mercury is Gemini and Virgo. Okay, Gemini and Virgo. That is exactly what this is. This is poverty. Okay, and then we have, let's see here. So this is a no card. And our High Priestess is a yes card. And in case you guys were wondering, this is budgeting. Budgeting, right? So here in the past is budgeting. This is a yes card. All right, so we have yes, yes, and then we have no. And then right here with the Six of Pentacles, we have, this is yes. This is Taurus and also Moon. So a lot of Cancer and a lot of Taurus energy here. All right, so let's go ahead. Well, a lot of moon anyway. A lot of water, guys. This is water. And then we also have this Seven of Pentacles that's here at the bottom, the overlook of the cards. So I'll go ahead and pull that out for you guys too. And that is yes. So that the yeses do outweigh the no's. So we have yes, yes, no, yes, yes, basically, right? So this is Taurus, and let's see, what is this one? What is this one? Let's see. Where the heck is it at, guys? There it is. Okay, so yeah, we have, again, Saturn, which is Capricorn, which is for responsibility and discipline. So responsibility and discipline is here twice, just within these two cards, right? So again, a lot of Taurus, a lot of Cancer energy is here, guys. All right, so let's go ahead and dive a little bit deeper into this. We're going to start here with the Four of Pentacles being the past. So the key words for this card is negligence, laziness, and sloth. Okay, this is a 7 deadly sin. The image on the Four of Pentacles card is of the parable of the 10 virgins. And the Gospel of Matthew, the 10 virgins knew what they were supposed to do, but were unprepared for their master's return. They ended up being locked out of the wedding feast. The parable refers to the return of Jesus, and the wedding feast is the celebration between Christ and his bride, the church. The 10 virgins represented negligent people who believed they were Christians but had not done what was expected of them. Not everyone that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth the will of my Father which is in heaven, which is Matthew 7:21 through 24. The message is not to put off doing what you are supposed to do, but to be prepared. Okay, that's exactly what I was speaking of when I was like, well, he could be saving up and preparing for something that may happen here in the future in case, you know, you may be put out in the cold. You will have a backup plan, right? The message is not to put off doing what you are supposed to do, but to be prepared. Being a Christian involves more than simply claiming to be one. Part of being a Christian is doing the will of God and living according to the scripture. John 15:14. If this card is reversed, it might reflect a lack of understanding of this topic or being successfully prepared. Matthew 25:1-13. Then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto the 10 virgins who took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom. And 5 of them were wise, and 5 of them were foolish. They that were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them. But the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps. While the bridegroom tarried, they all slumbered and slept. And at midnight there was a cry made, Behold, the bridegroom cometh, go ye out to meet him. Then all those virgins arose and trimmed their lamps. And the foolish said to the wise, Give us your oil, for our lamps are gone out. But the wise answered, saying, Not so. And we have the wise card here, being our high priestess, right? This is exactly what you're doing. You are on your right path. So, let's see. But the wise answered, saying, Not so, lest there be not enough for us and you. But go ye rather to them that sell and buy for yourselves. And while they went out to buy, the bridegroom came by, and they that were ready went with him to the marriage, and the door was shut. Afterwards came also the other virgins, saying, Lord, Lord, open to us. But he answered and said, Verily I say unto you, I know you not. Watch therefore, for ye know neither the day nor the hour wherein the Son of Man cometh. So this is telling you to be prepared, basically, for whatever event that may happen in the future, right? Be prepared and be wise, right? So don't be unprepared like the foolish virgins. This is telling you to stay grounded and stay wise, right? So be wise and make sure you save and be prepared for, your future. All right, so we have here the high priestess. All right. The high priestess. The key word is virtuousness. The image on the card is of the bride of Christ, being supported by angels. Christians are called to be holy. And throughout both the Old and New Testament of the Bible, God's followers are referred to as the bride. In the New Testament, the bride refers to Christ's church, and its members are called to be holy priesthood. And the Old Testament, indulging in idolatry or worshiping other gods was considered committing adultery. That's exactly what this card is the adultery card, right? Okay, let's see. In the New Testament, the bride refers to the Christ church, and its members are called to be a holy priesthood. And in the Old Testament, indulging in idolatry or worshiping other gods was considered committing adultery against God. The marriage relationship between a man and a woman demonstrates the commitment God's followers are to have with him. We are to remain pure of sin and committed to following the precepts in the Bible. If this card is reversed in position, it might reflect a lack of commitment or an absence of your own purity, right? So the related scriptures of this card is Isaiah 55:4, 1 Peter 2:9, 2 Corinthians 11, 1 through 6, 1 Corinthians 3, 16 through 17, and also 16. Revelations 19, 7 through 9. It also speaks about, let's see, no, that's it, guys. All right, so now we're here at the 5 of Pentacles. All right, 6, there we go, there's 5. All right, so the key word of the 5 of Pentacles is wisdom, which we've seen this here in the present. Now you're carrying this wisdom here into the future. Wisdom, prudence, and understanding. All right, so this card is of prudence. Let me go back to our, let's see, High Priestess card. Yes, it's virtuousness. I did read that. And our 4 of Pentacles. Let me see, guys. Make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay, this card right here, right? The main keyword for this is negligence. All right, so now I can go ahead and read this one, which is prudence, right? Is the main keyword focus on this card, right? An image on the 5 of Pentacles card is of the woman wisdom from the book of Proverbs. The woman wisdom is an enigma. No, let me see this. Let me say this right. Can't talk straight today, guys. Oh, I get it. Enigma for many believers. Enigma. Okay. Most people interpret her as a personification of the concept of wisdom, but in the Old Testament and the Apocrypha, she speaks as if she were an individual. Wisdom states that she was with God during the foundation of the world. And in the Afrocryphia, yeah, she is referred to as both the Holy Spirit and the Spirit of the Lord. In case you guys don't know what word I am pronouncing, which is the Afrocryphia, is Apocrypha, Icrophria. I think that Icrophria, I believe that's how you pronounce that. Let's see, she referred to as both the Holy Spirit and the Spirit of the Lord. The word used for spirit in the Old Testament Hebrew is a feminine word. And the word for spirit in New Testament Greek is an, neuter word that is translated as masculine. Okay? It might be that the woman wisdom in the Old Testament and Ifrocrapha refers to holy spoken in the Old, spoken of in the New Testament. Ifrocrapha. I know I said it right earlier, guys. Okay, so refers to the same Holy Spirit spoken of in the New Testament because there are similarities. So this basically represents male and female and masculine, right? So you do see a female here and a masculine. So the woman wisdom might represent the Spirit of God that dwells within the believers. Right here, the woman of wisdom, right? A Spirit of God that dwells within the believers. Or she might be a separate being that plays a purpose in God's plan, being like this masculine, right? Regardless, she shares a personality traits with God. And she proclaims the message, the same message of gaining understanding, living prudently, and overcoming evil. So, overcoming evil. So to me, what's behind this card is the high priestess. In other words, don't use your wisdom, or don't use, right, as evil, okay? Don't use money or savings as evil. Use it as to be prepared or to be ready for something that may happen, right? Use it with wisdom, the positive side of wisdom, right? Okay, living prudently and overcoming evil. If this card is reversed, it could represent a lack of wisdom or the need to be more careful. Related scripture, Proverbs 8, 1 through 36. Doth not wisdom cry, and understanding put forth her voice? She standeth in the top of the high places. By the way, in the places of the paths, she crieth at the gates, at the entry of the city, at the coming in and out the doors. Unto you, O men, I call, and my voice is to the sons of man. O ye simple, understand wisdom, and ye fools, be ye of an understanding heart. Hear, for I speak of excellent things, and the opening of my lips shall be bright things, for my mouth shall speak truth. And wickedness and an abomination to my lips, all the words of my mouth are in righteousness. There is nothing forward or perverse in them. They are all plain to him that understandeth, and right to them that find knowledge. Receive my instruction, and not silver, and knowledge rather than choice gold. For wisdom is better than rubies, and all the things that may be desired are not to be compared to it. I, wisdom, dwell with prudence, and find out knowledge of witty inventions. The fear of the Lord is to hate evil, pride and arrogancy, and the evil way. And the forward mouth do I hate. Counsel is mine, and wisdom, and sound wisdom. I am understanding, I have strength. By me kings reign, and princes decree justice. By me princes rule, and nobles, even all judges of the earth. I love them that love me, and those that seek me early shall find me. Riches and honor are with me, ye durable, righteous and unrighteous. My fruit is better than gold, ye than fine gold, and my ravine than my choice silver. I lead in the way of righteousness in the midst of the paths of judgment, that I may cause those that love me to inherit substance, and I will fill their treasures. The Lord possessed me in the beginning of his way, before his works of old. I was set up from everlasting, from the beginning, or ever the earth was. When there were no depths, I was wrought forth, and when there was no foundation, abounding with water. Before the mountains were settled, before the hills was I brought forth, while as yet he had made the earth, nor the fields, nor the highest part of the dust of the world. When he prepared the heavens, I was there. When he set a compass upon the face of depth. When he established the clouds above. When he strengthened the fountains of the deep. When he gave to the sea his decree, that the waters should not pass his commandment. When he appointed the foundation of the earth, then I was by him, as one brought up with him. And I was daily his delight, rejoicing always before him, rejoicing in the habitable part of his earth. And my delights were with the sons of men. Now therefore hearken unto me, O ye children, for blessed are they that keep my ways. Hear instruction and be wise, and refuse it not. Blessed is the man that heareth me, watching daily at my gates, waiting at the posts of my doors. For whoso findeth me findeth life, and shall obtain favor of the Lord. But he that sinneth against me wrongeth his own soul. All they that hate me love death. Proverbs 8:22 through 30. The Lord possessed me in the beginning of his way. Before his works of old, I was set up from everlasting, from the beginning or ever the earth was. When there were no depths, I was brought forth. When there was no fountains bounding it with water, before the mountains were settled, before the hills was I brought forth, while as yet he had not made the earth, nor the fields, nor the highest part of the dust of the world. When he prepared the heavens, I was there. When he set a compass upon the face of the depth, when he established the clouds above, when he strengthened the fountains of the deep, when he gave the sea his decree that the waters should not pass his commandment, when he appointed the foundations of the earth, then I was by him, as one brought up with him, and I was daily his delight, rejoicing always before him. Wisdom 7:25. For she is the breath of the power of God, and a pure influence flowing from the glory of the Almighty. Wisdom 1:3 through 7. For forward thoughts separate from God and his power. When it is tried, reprove the unwise. For into a malicious soul wisdom shall not enter, nor dwell in the body that is subject unto the sin. For the Holy Spirit of discipline will flee deceit, and remove thoughts that are without understanding, and will not abide when unrighteous cometh in. For wisdom is a loving spirit, and I will not acquit a blasphemer of his words. For God is witness of his reigns, and a true beholder of his heart, and a hearer of his tongue. For the Spirit of the Lord filleth the world, and that which containeth all things hath knowledge of his voice. All right, so this here being the Six of Pentacles, let's dive a little bit deeper into the meaning of this card. And you can rewind this video if you need to, because whenever I did come on, I was telling you guys that this card, whenever it comes out, is adultery. So the main keyword of this card is adultery. All right, so we have here adultery. Let's see. This one's going to be pretty long, guys, so bear with me. And if you like church or love church, or if you don't and you're just interested into the spiritual meaning of these cards, then stay with me. All right, so we have here adultery, right? So the image on the Six of Pentacles card depicts King Solomon himself. This is King Solomon, guys. King Solomon was granted wisdom, Isn't this beautiful? I told you guys how whenever I see this card, it reminds me of Bathsheba. We have now, and King Solomon was in love with Bathsheba. So we have Bathsheba and King Solomon here. Isn't that beautiful? Wow. All right, so let's see. King Solomon was granted wisdom from God and was known as being one of the wisest people ever to live on earth. Wow. This card here is about wisdom. This card here is about wisdom. Are you guys noticing the pattern now when we break it down biblically? We have wisdom, wisdom, wisdom. Y'all have moved up in your life cycle, your purpose, into, I mean, King Solomon's wisdom, guys. Wow. So you guys are leveling up when it comes to wisdom. It's like you guys are continuing to grow and learn, like at a fast paced, I want to say, because I did tell you guys I saw 4, 5, 6, 7. And remember what I said? You can rewind it if you don't believe me. I did say I saw 4, 5, 6, 7, and to me it's like you guys are moving up, right? Wow, that is exactly, you have leveled up to basically King Solomon's wisdom. This is so beautiful, guys. So King Solomon was granted wisdom from God. So some of you guys are being granted wisdom from God to know the truth, and the truth will set you free, right? So for a lot of you guys, you have been taught through churches or just through certain people that these cards are evil. But when you break it down according to the Torah, the Old Testament, and look at the in-depth spiritual side of these cards, you will find they're not so evil. They're not so evil. Sorry, something don't want me to speak. Not so evil, right? Something's trying to shut me up. I guess the devil doesn't want me to speak about this today, but you know what? Devil's under our feet, right? Devil is literally under our feet, the past, right? Oh my gosh. All right, so we have here, King Solomon was granted wisdom from God and was as being one of the wisest people ever to live on earth. However, even with all of his wisdom and understanding, Solomon could not control his lust. He could not control his lust. This is adultery. This is the virtuous woman. You could be a virgin. Just saying, you could be a virgin. Or you could be someone who cannot control your lust. Lusting after the flesh, or lusting after money, or lust of desire, whatever this is, lust of stability, lust of wisdom. All right, so let's see. I didn't mean to upset anyone, but you know, the truth is what the truth is, right? And in the end, the truth will be manifested and shouted to the rooftop. So whatever your sin is your sin. You just got to pray about those sins, right? And give it to God. All right, so we have here, however, even with all his wisdom and understanding, Solomon could not control his lust. In the book of Proverbs, Solomon provides advice for resisting lust and avoiding adultery. But Solomon ended up disobeying God. You may be someone who ended up disobeying God when it comes to either wisdom or lust, or holding on to certain things in a negative way instead of in a positive way, right? Okay, so, and like Samson, he married a foreign woman. A foreign woman. You could have been someone who's married a foreign man or a foreign woman. Let's see. Doesn't have to be though, guys. A foreign, women, contrary to the scripture. Well, he did end up marrying women who went against the scriptures, right? Women who didn't have his same beliefs, basically. This is someone who marries or chooses women or men outside of their own faith, right? This is exactly what King Solomon did. He chose women outside of his belief system, right? All right, so Solomon ended up having 1,000 wives. So this is someone who cannot control their lust, but they have a lust for many. For his lust was great. He lusted after thousands of women, right? So he had 1,000 wives or concubines, and he allowed them to build temples. Like I told you guys, to me, this represents Bathsheba. Some of you may look at it and see Mother Mary. There's no right or wrong way to see it. This is just my point of view. And to me, this is Bathsheba. And we have now discovered King Solomon and his lust for women. All right, so let's go on. So he allowed his wives, King Solomon allowed his wives to build temples and worship foreign gods. Worship other gods, right? Adultery. Adultery to God, basically. Solomon's failure led to God removing the kingdom from Solomon's son. This card addresses the concept of adultery, both against one's spouse and against God. So when you look at this, have you adultered God or your husband in any kind of way, whether that be with wisdom or your thoughts or with your money or grounding or stability, whatever this is, right? Or leaving your spouse out in the cold. Just saying, if you're married, right? Unless you guys chose to divorce or separate, right? Okay, so one spouse against God. If this card is reversed, it might represent fidelity. So when this card presents itself in the reverse, it could mean somebody was unfaithful. Somebody has cheated. Okay, or committed either to God or an earthly relationship. So this could mean either cheating on God or your earthly companion whom you've married or the person you're with, right? In any kind of form of this reading, right? Pay attention, guys. All right, so we have here Proverbs 6:24 through 35. Keep thee from the evil woman, from the flattery of the tongue of a strange woman. Wow. I'll repeat that. Keep yourself, basically, from the evil woman or man, and from the flattery of the tongue of a strange man or woman, depending whether you're male or female, and whatever you desire, right? Okay, so lust not after her beauty or his beauty, and thine heart and thine own heart be true, right? Or to thine own heart be true. Okay, neither let her or him take thee with her or his eyelids, right? For by means of a whorish woman or a whorish man, right? A man is brought to a piece of bread, and the adulteress will hunt for the precious life. So this could be speaking man or woman, depending who you are, right? So it would be, whether if you're a man, this could be speaking going after the flesh of a woman, right? Or another woman. Or if you're a woman, the flesh of a man, right? All right, so let's see here. Let's hunt for the precious life. Can a man take fire in his bosom and his clothes not be burned? Can one go upon hot coals? Basically with his feet, right? And his feet not be burned? So he that goeth into his neighbor's wife, whosoever touches her, or him, right, shall not be innocent. Men do not despise a thief if he steal to satisfy his soul when he is hungry. When he is hungry. But if he be found, he shall restore sevenfold. He shall give all the substance of his house. But whoso committeth adultery with the woman or the man lacketh understanding. He that doeth it destroys his own soul. A wound and dishonor shall he get, and his reproach shall not be wiped away. In other words, he's going to be remembered this way, right? It will not go away. It will not be wiped away. It will not be forgotten. It will be remembered that he did this crime against God or whoever he's with, right? For jealousy is the rage of a man. Therefore, he will not spare in the day of vengeance. He will not regard any ransom, neither will he rest content, though thou givest many gifts. So this is giving of the gifts and receiving and taking them, right? Whether that's positive or negative. And we have here 1 Kings 11, 1 through 3. I see Mary, and yes, I did. But King Solomon loved many strange women, together with the daughter of Pharaoh, woman of, let's see, I want to say this right, guys, Moabites, and Ammonites, Edomites, Zidianites, let me see if I can say this right, guys. Zidians, Hittites, of the nations concerning which the Lord said unto the children of Israel, ye shall not go into them, neither shall they come in unto you. For surely they will turn away your heart after their gods. Solomon clave unto these in love. And he had 700 wives, princesses, and 300 concubines, and his wives turned away his heart. For it came to pass when Solomon was old that his wives turned away his heart after other gods. And his heart was not perfect with the Lord his God, and was the heart of David his father. For Solomon went after Ashtoreth, and the goddess of the Zidians, and after Milcom, the abomination of the Ammonites, And Solomon did evil in the sight of the Lord. With wisdom comes evil. So that could be the message today, guys. That could be the message today. Don't let your wisdom be full of evil. Do not let your wisdom become so full of wisdom that you forget where you came from, or that you forget God and turn away from God, that you are so strung up on learning and growing and having this stability when it comes to your inner knowledge and wisdom that you forget the Lord. Let's see. And Solomon did evil in the sight of the Lord and went not fully after the Lord, and as did David, his father. Then did Solomon build a high place for Chemosh and the abomination of Moab, which the Bible does speak of the Moab women, right? And the hill that is before Jerusalem, and for Molech, the abomination of the children of Ammon. And likewise did he for all his strange wives, which burnt incense and sacrificed unto their gods. And the Lord was angry with Solomon, because his heart was turned from the Lord God of Israel, which had appeared unto him twice, and had commanded him concerning these things, that he should not go after other gods. But he kept not that which the Lord commanded. Wherefore the Lord said unto Solomon, forasmuch as this is done of thee, and thou hast not kept my covenant and my status, which I have commanded thee, I will surely rend the kingdom from thee. So this is God taking back what he has given, because you used your wisdom for sin. And will give it to thy servant. This is God taking back your place of authority, of authority, or whatever this is, position that he has given you. This could be a job of position. Some of you guys could be working at a certain job, and you are at the leadership, right? You are on the top, like the boss, right? And God taking away your position in your job field and giving it to someone lesser than you, right? That's exactly what this is speaking about. You're welcome. All right, so whatever this job position is, what this could be speaking of is, if you are in your wisdom, stay positive, stay correct, don't forget where you came from, and remember to not choose lust over God, right? Do not choose sin over God, right? And if you are in a lot of wisdom, which a lot of you probably are, stay grounded and remember where you came from. Remember God, right? If not, God can take back whatever gifts or whatever position in life when it comes to a job that he has given you. He can knock you down, and he can take it back from you, what he has given to you, and give it to someone in less position than what you are in. So if you are the boss of your company, it could be someone who is basically, let's just call them the paper boy, someone who delivers your mail to all the people that work in the company, right? Or the copier, someone who runs the copy machine, whatever this is, who is of the lesser. Let's say it's a janitor. okay? And here you are the boss of a company. Well, God is now taking your position from you because you used your wisdom for evil. And God can take back that which he has given you. He could have made you the president of the company you are running. And God steps in and knocks you down and gives it to the janitor of the company. Doesn't feel so good. So all this is saying is use your wisdom, not for evil, but for good, right? To help people. And do not use it in a form of sin, basically. I know that's a hard cup to swallow, right? Hard drink to swallow. All right, guys. So let's see here. If this card is reversed, it might represent fidelity or commitment to either God or the earthly relationship. Okay, wait a minute. I think I read all that, guys. Okay. See content through, give us many. Okay, let's see. But whoso committeth adultery with the woman lacketh. I think this is where I left off, somewhere over here. He does destroy his own soul, a wound and dishonor shall he get. And his approach shall not be wiped away, should not be forgotten. I remember reading that part. For jealousy is the rage of a man, therefore he will not spare in the day of vengeance. So when he does return, he's not going to spare in the day of vengeance. In other words, God is going to take vengeance. And if you are the president of your company and you are not living according to God, you are about to be, this is a warning, could be a warning for some of you guys. You're about to be knocked down from whatever position you are in, and it's about to be given to a janitor or maintenance or someone who is in lesser position of the job, okay? This could be an outsider, somebody who's outside the job looking in. Maybe they're a window washer, right? He will not regard any ransom, neither will he rest content, though you give many gifts. So this is saying, though you give unto the poor, though you give of your money, though you give to those in need, that doesn't matter to God. What all these things you're giving away and giving to people, that doesn't matter to God. So it doesn't matter, even if you're giving to homeless shelters and you're doing this and you're doing that, that's not what God's looking for. And he will take vengeance on you if you are found at fault. So using your wisdom in an evil manner or using it towards lust, maybe some people use their wisdom to manipulate women, or to maybe women use it to manipulate men to get their lust, right? Desire of their lust in a sinful manner act, right? So it's saying, even though you give and you give all that you have, but you lack this, God's still going to take vengeance. In the end, he will, right? So it doesn't matter how much you give. You could give $1 million away, but if your heart is not right with God and you do not use your wisdom for good, or you lack any of this, and let's say you've adulterated God or your spouse, in the end, God will seek vengeance unless you make your heart right with God. Basically, is what this is saying, guys. Not that I'm trying to preach or anything. I'm just trying to break down the cards for you guys so that you can better understand them biblically. So we have here 1 Kings 11, 1 through 13. But King Solomon loved many strange women. Okay, this is where I was at, guys. So sorry. All right, so I was naming off all these women. So some of you can go back and just rewind it to where I left off. Let's see. Let's see. I remember reading Adamites, Zidonians, Hittites, Hittites, or Hittites, of the nations concerning which the Lord said unto the children of Israel, Ye shall not go in to them, neither shall they come in unto you. For surely they will turn away your heart after their gods. For some of you, it could be about other gods. God is a jealous God, right? Solomon clave unto these women. So in a way, if you look at this, his love for these women was that his love was unto them as they were a god, basically. He loved them. He basically worshiped these women. That's where it's wrong. And his love and desire for lust as if it's a god, right, is wrong. And God is a jealous God. Okay, so whatever these are that you lust after, could be anything, right? It could be a book. Sin is sin, guys. And he said, and he had 700 wives, princesses, and 300 concubines, and his wives turned away his heart. For it came to pass, when Solomon was old, that his wives turned away his heart after their gods. And his heart was not perfect with the Lord his God, as was the heart of David his father. For Solomon went after Ashtoreth, the goddess of Zidonians, and after Milcom, the abomination of Ammonites. And Solomon did evil in the sight of the Lord, and went not fully after the Lord, as did David his father. Then did Solomon build a high place for Chemosh, the abomination of Moab, in the hill that is before Jerusalem, and for Molech, and the abomination of the children of Ammon. And likewise did he for all his strange wives, which burnt incense, and sacrificed unto their gods. And the Lord was angry with Solomon, because his heart was turned from the Lord God of Israel, which had appeared unto him twice, and had commanded him concerning this thing, that he should not go after other gods, but he kept not that which the Lord commanded. Wherefore the Lord said unto Solomon, Forasmuch as this is done of thee, is done of you, and thou, being you, and you hast not kept my covenant and my status, which I have commanded thee, I will surely rend the kingdom from thee. This is taking back Solomon's kingdom that God has given him. God is now taking that whole kingdom, that whole foundation back away from him and giving it to someone of lesser than him, because he is a king. He is now giving it to a servant. Okay? So this could be a boss, and God's taking your position away and giving it to the janitor or the washer boy or the window washer, right? Washer boy, whatever. And will give it to thy servant. Maybe this is someone who comes in and helps you. Maybe they come in and they're a cleaner and they do all of your dirty work, right? Stuff that, oh, you're not going to touch this. You wouldn't touch that. And you're on this high job, right, that you have, this high paid job salary that you have. And you're like, well, I couldn't touch that. I couldn't do that you do. Well, this could be God knocking you down from that position, and now you're going to be the dirty deeds. You're going to be, and here you were giving orders to this person to go and do certain dirty works, right? Dirty deeds, or cleaning certain things that is disgusting, right? And you're giving orders and telling them, you know, what they should be cleaning and what they should be doing, and because they're of someone lesser position than your position. But this could be that God knocks you down and gives it to that person, or vice versa. All right, so notwithstanding, maybe you are someone who does the dirty work, and people order you at your job to do certain things, and you're doing all of these disgusting things for your job, for the company, and you're just their servant, basically. Maybe it's that God's about to move them down from their position, and you're about to have their job. I know a lot of people ain't gonna like hearing this, but you know, it needs to be heard. Notwithstanding, in thy days, I will not do it for David, for thy father's sake. Let's see. I will not do it for David, thy father's sake, but I will rend it out of the hand of thy son. He's going to take it out of the hand of your son or your daughter. Howbeit, I will not rend away all the kingdom. So God is saying he's not going to take the whole kingdom now, but will give one tribe to thy son for David. So he's taken one of the tribes out of the kingdom and giving it to his son David. And the other one, I will not rend all thy kingdom. Let's see. Notwithstanding days, I will do it for David, thy father's sake, for thy father's sake. So he's doing it for David for his father's sake, right? But he's going to give it to one of the tribes to, let's see, but will give one tribe to thy son for David, my servant's sake. This is why God saved some of it, was because of his son, because of Solomon's son David's sake, right? And for Jerusalem's sake, which I have chosen. Judges 14:18. And the men of the city said unto him on the seventh day, that is exactly what is coming next, the 7 of Pentacles. Wow. On the 7th day before the sun went down, what is sweeter than honey? And what is stronger than a lion? And he said unto them, if ye had not plowed with my heifer, ye had not found out my riddle. In other words, it's almost like a parable. Riddle, right? It says, what, let's see. And men of the city said unto him on the 7th day before the sun went down, what is sweeter than honey? What is stronger than a lion? And he said unto them, if ye had not plowed, right, with my heifer, my cow, if you had not plowed my fields or my land with my heifer, you would have not found out my riddle. In other words, you wouldn't have known what he was saying at all. In other words, if you don't do what he asks, right, in the way that he asks you to do it, you will not find understanding to what this is and why he's having you to do this. Judges 15:1-6. But it came to pass within a while after, in the time of wheat harvest, that Samson visited his wife with a kid. And he said, I will go into my wife into the chamber. But her father would not suffer him to go in. And her father said, I verily thought that thou hadst utterly hated her. Therefore I gave her to thy companion. Is not her younger sister fairer than she? Take her, I pray thee, instead of her. And Samson said concerning them, Now shall I be more blameless than the Philistines, though I do them a displeasure. And Samson went and caught 300 foxes. Foxes are known to be clever. And took firebrands and turned tail to tail, oh my, and put a firebrand in the midst between the two tails. And when he had set the brands on fire, he let them go into the standing cornfield. Oh my God, the corn of the Philistines. That's the cornfields, guys. And burnt up both the shocks and also the standing corn, all the stalks of corn, oh my, with the vineyards and olives. Wow. Then the Philistines said, Who hath done this? And they answered, Samson, oh my, the son-in-law of the Timonite, because he had taken his wife and given her to his companion, and the Philistines came up and burnt her and her father with the fire. Whoa, man. Exodus 20:14, thou shalt not commit adultery. Leviticus 20:10, and the man that committeth adultery with another man's wife, even he that committeth adultery with his neighbor's wife, the adulterer and the adulteress shall surely be put to death. Hebrews 13:4, marriage is honorable in all, and the bed undefiled, but whoremongers and adulterers God will judge. All right, guys, so we're going to go here to the Seven of Pentacles. This is preservance. The main key word of this card is preservance. Preserving something, saving something up, remembering things, right? To me, this card always reminds me of certain memories, right? Preservance, encouragement, endurance, faithfulness. That is this card. The image of the Seven of Pentacles card is of Jesus as described in the book of Revelations. He commanded one of the churches for their preservance, despite endured and hatred expressed towards them by the world for their beliefs in Jesus. The church tested false doctrine and did not tolerate evil. Christ encourages them to continue to persevere, and promised, perseverance is this, promised that he would make the church's enemies bow down at their feet and know that the church was loved by God. He also told them that because of their commitment, they have an open door to heaven. This is what this message is telling you today. You have an open door to heaven. But remember God, right? And use your wisdom in a positive way, a positive sense, right? In the way God would use it. and in a way to not forget God or where you've came from, right? And who you are. And do not put your lust of whatever this is you're lusting after, right? Do not put that before God. Drop the lust, right? And just live for God, basically, right? Let's see. He also told them that because of their commitment, that they have an open door to heaven. So you could be someone who has an open door to heaven, able to dream dreams and walk right into heaven and sit down with God. Maybe through your life, you didn't have an understanding. Why am I able to do this and certain people can't? Maybe God has opened that door to you and it's not closed. Maybe it's because you chose your wisdom, right? And your knowledge in a pure way, maybe in a virtuous way, in a way that is untouched by certain desires. Maybe you choose God over the lust of the flesh, right? Let's see. Or this could be turning away from certain lusts and desires, turning back towards your remembrance to God so that this door of heaven will forever be open to you. Maybe that's what this is saying for certain people. So depending who you are, put this where it goes, right? In your personal life and situation. All right, so they have an open door to heaven and will be spared from the hour of temptation. You have an open door to heaven, and God will spare you in the hour of temptation. So this could be for some of you, you have certain, let's say you're a man, and you have certain women who are very tempting, very beautiful, very attractive, and trying to persuade your heart towards them and away from your wife, or vice versa. You could be a woman, and there are very tempting, attractive men out there, you know, who are trying to pull you towards, you know, that lust and desire and away from, you know, your earthly, fleshly relationship with your human person, right? Or even God. So this says here, they have an open door to heaven and will be spared from the hour of temptation. If this card is reversed, it might reflect a lack of commitment or follow through, which would mean the door is closed. The door to heaven is closed. But if it's this way, the door to heaven is open. All right, so let's see what else. That is it. So what this tells me is your door to heaven is open. But how do you get there? By working towards that. Working on it. Right under this card is the 8 of Pentacles. It's not going to be an easy road to heaven, but the way to get there is you got to work with God. 50-50. This is the infinity. 8. We have infinity. We have karma, right? Give and take. And with 8, we have 2 4s. So you got to meet God 50-50. You got to meet God 100-100. If he puts in 100, you better be giving back to him 100. If he puts in 50, you better be giving back 50. Or even more, go over and beyond of what is asked of you of the Lord. So if he gives 100, give 200. If he gives 50, give 100 or give more, right? Give all you can. And as you do that in life, you will level up your pentacles. For some of you, you could be single. You could be standing alone. For some of you, you could be in a relationship as Bathsheba or King Solomon here. Solomon the Great. You could be someone in high power, high position, with a lot of knowledge and wisdom background. You could have had a lot of schooling, but it doesn't mean God can't knock you down off that throne you think you're on, right? Or for those of you who are innocent in all of this, and you're actually a good person, and you're actually the one who's the janitor, and you're doing all of these things for someone in this company, God could be about to knock that person down who thinks they're in so much power and about to restore you to a position of greater honor, greater power. You could be about to become the boss of a certain company. You could end up becoming the owner of that company. Just saying. All right, so let's go ahead and draw some wisdom angel cards. Again, guys, if you like these cards, you can get these on Temu. And they look like this, so you know what you're looking for. I'll show some of these to you. And this is the box. Okay. So let's see what comes out. What are the messages for the collective? What are the messages for the collective? Please and thank you. Please and thank you. Please and thank you. What are the messages for the collective? All right. 3. 1. 2. And 3. Right, straight up, we have slow down. Slow down is what this says. I'm taking the time to simply be. The angels would like to introduce you to the art of being, just being. There are many things we can rediscover by slowing down and not always rushing to get things done. Walk slowly, pay attention to every step, every detail. Leave time for conversation. Eat slowly. Be deliberately aware of your own actions, right? Let's cut the deck. We have here leaving. Wow, we have leaving here in the present. I am happy to be free of the problem. Some of you guys may be leaving a certain relationship, or someone may have left you or left you out in the cold, right? And maybe you used wisdom over all of this. I am happy to be free of the problems of the past. Wow. And welcome new experiences. When we get into a rut, when we find ourselves going down the same worn out path, when life seems to be passing us, we need to have the courage to leave things and people which no longer serve us behind. Let the angels guide you to a new beginning. So for some of you, you could be single. Maybe God is guiding you to a different relationship. Or some of you may have that coming in for you. Here on the bottom, we have transformation. So your future is being transformed by the angels themselves, by the hand of God. All things in life change, and I adapt willingly and easily. The angels want you to know that you are now coming full circle. You are ready to move on to the next stage of your life, being your future. Some of you are just ready right now to move right into your future. But That doesn't mean you have to forget the past completely. This is telling you to not completely forget the past and where you came from. Remember where you came from and remember God. This is reminding me, I'm sorry guys, of the Lion King. It's Simba, right? And what was that? Mufasa and Simba's dad saying, remember where you came from. I'm sorry, guys. I had to throw that out there. That may be significant for this. I don't know. All right, so all of the, maybe your dad said something wise to you, because there is a lot of wisdom here, a lot of knowledge, right? And Simba's dad was someone who was wise, someone who was in a great position, right? Oh my gosh. And yes, this is significant. Okay, so in the story of the Lion King, right, his dad was the ruler of the kingdom. Wow. Okay, so Solomon here is the ruler of this kingdom, but he lusted after the flesh, right? Whereas let's see, Simba's dad, what was Simba's dad's name? What was his name? My mind is so blank. Hold on, I'll remember. Let's see, Simba, Mufasa. Mufasa was the enemy, so some of you guys may have an enemy. Someone who's about to maybe use your own son against you to take your house away from you, or take something, your title, your job position, being underhanded. But don't worry about it, because in the end it's going to be given back to your heritage, whatever this is, right? Restored back to your bloodline, basically, because that's what this movie was really about, right? And see, about these cards is, you know, Solomon's heart is what failed him, and his lust for the flesh, his own sin is what failed him. So God took from him the kingdom. Then he says he's going to take a part of this kingdom and give it to his son, for his son, because David was a man after God's own heart. But Solomon's heart led him towards women. He loved women and the things of earth more so than God, right? Oh, what is his name? I am not going to forget this, guys. What's Simba's dad's name on the Lion King? Mufasa. Thank you. All right, guys. I couldn't remember. It is Mufasa. All right, so we have here, all things in life change, and I adapt willingly and easily. The angels want you to know that you are now coming full circle. You are ready to move to the next stage of your life, but that doesn't mean you have to forget the past completely. All of the experiences that that have led up to this point have equipped you with the tools to move forward. This could be some of you remembering the voice of your father. And maybe for some of you, you could be hearing him in your dreams telling you to not forget where you came from. Or this could be his spirit, your father's spirit. Your father could have died, could have passed on. It could be, for some of you, someone in your family could have been the one who killed your father. I'd hate to say that, but could have been your uncle. Yeah. Who killed your father. Or something like this could be. For some of you, it could be that, you know, maybe your father was lied to. But for some of you, it could be your father's passed on and his spirit is trying to guide you correctly in life. Something like this. Some of you could be hearing the voice of your father. All right. Self-love is here at the bottom. I am worthy of love. Focus your attention on loving and believing in yourself. You are beginning You are being encouraged by the angels to make your relationship with yourself your number one priority, rather than dwell upon your shortcomings. You must accept and embrace who you are. Remember, Simba, who you are and where you came from. Oh my gosh. Wow. And remember what I told you. Every time I see this, it reminds me of memories, remembering something, right? Remember, you have a door to heaven, an open door to heaven, an access to heaven. God gives you this access, right? You got to remain faithful, pure, right? You are the son of a king. And that's what he says, my true heir, or rightful heir of the throne, right? Wow. So this is David, King Solomon's son, who later on becomes king. Wow, this is beautiful. All right, and then we have here for the Seven of Pentacles, creativity. Divine inspiration strikes at the most wonderful times. You're being inspired, guided, right? The angels remind you that the more you believe in your abilities, wow, and let your creative impulses out, the better artists you become. Some of you may be an artist. You start to feel more alive and powerful as you allow new, wonderful ideas into your mind. Oh, how beautiful, guys. Here on the bottom, it says, breathe. Inhale, I am relaxed. Exhale, I am at peace. Some of you guys may be a bit anxious about some things in your life. Deep breathing calls us back to the moment. It slows us down, taps us into our senses, and reunites our minds. The angels ask if you find yourself stressed. Wow, I just said that. Wow, okay. Filled like anxiety, stress, right? Filled with racing thoughts or unable to focus, please remember to breathe and basically focus on God's open door. You have an open door to heaven, and you're about to step right through it. Hopefully, you know, I mean, in a positive way, but not in a way that would actually take your life. All right, so let's go ahead and shuffle. Let's see what comes out. I'm going to draw some more angel cards here. Okay. What are the messages for the collective? Can you show us, please and thank you, please and thank you, please and thank you? What are the messages for the collective? So let's go 3, 1, 2, and we have 3. 1, 2, 3. Here on the top, wow, abundance mindset. If you think of abundance as something that happens in the future, then it will always be one day away from you. See, feel, think, and speak of abundance as something you already have in the present moment. And that is what you will experience. Wow. I'm going to cut the deck. We have savings. Wow. All of this was about abundance. And right here, we have savings. But our savings is right here now in the present. So this shows me you guys are still saving. You saved in the past and you're still saving here in the present. But just remember, it's safe for you to receive such blessings, right? We have here, as you consistently save for your future is saved. You do your future self a big favor as you consistently set aside present funds This is part of your self-care, self-care, self-love. Look at that. How beautiful, guys. Let's see. Self-care and path to feeling secure as you focus upon your life purpose. A lot of these cards was speaking of focus. All right, here on the bottom, we have organize for success. This says, do not let the word organize intimidate you, as it is simply a way for you to ensure clarity of purpose. Organizing your thoughts, your reports, your living and workspace, as your finances will help you know and plan your next action steps. Wow. So this is talking about clarity of purpose. Organizing your thoughts, memories, right? Thoughts, memories. That's exactly what this is. Remembering certain things, longing, thinking about it, right? Wow. And then we have here quiet retreat. It's time to disconnect from the outer world so that you can discern and process your true thoughts and feelings from your inner world. Create this quiet time for yourself, and you'll have more clarity about what to do next. Self-love. And here, let go of guilt. Some of you guys may feel guilty when it comes to a father figure, or guilty of your past, some things you've done in your past. This is telling you to let go of those thoughts. Let go of that negative pattern and way of thinking, right? Let go and let God. All right, this says, when you allow your light to shine brightly, you inspire others. Forgive yourself for what you think you've done or not done. And trust that God loves you unconditionally for who you are. Learn and grow. Wow, this is learning with our high priestess. Learning and growing. You're someone who is not just learning and wise, you're growing. Wow, this is so beautiful, guys. All right, so we have here, God loves you unconditionally for who you are. Learn and grow from past mistakes instead of berating yourself for them. So don't beat yourself up, guys. Just let go and let God. We have here declutter. You'll feel better and more focused. Here's focus again. If you'll take the time to clear away clutter from your living, maybe from your mind, from your workspace. We have workspace here. Workspace, and workspace is here again. Right here we have the word workspace and workspace, right? Donate what you can to help others. You may be someone who does this already, who may need your items. Be sure to keep your schedule uncluttered as well. It looks like your future is planned out by the divine. So keep your schedule opened for the divine, because you're going to have a lot of opportunities present themselves in your future. All right, so let's go ahead and draw from this Divine Angel Oracle deck. Cards look like this. We have empowerment right here, guys. So these cards are very beautiful. You can get these cards on Temu. And inside the box, it looks like this. Well, the other side is black, but it's very beautiful, guys. All right. So I'll go ahead and read this one to you guys because I did see it. It's 898. Stand in your power. Wow. Power, wisdom, wisdom and power is here because King Solomon was very powerful. Let's see. Stand in your power to embrace your true potential with confidence. Wow, right? So let's go ahead and shuffle and see what comes out. What are the messages for the collective? What are the messages for the collective? Messages for the collective. Please and thank you. Please and thank you. Please and thank you. What are the messages you have for the collective today? Messages for the collective. What do you want them to hear? Not what they want to hear. What you want them to hear, Lord. 1, 2, and 3. And I will split the deck. 1, 2, 3. Here on the top, divine guidance. You guys are being divinely guided. This is why you have a door that is always open to heaven. Your door to heaven is not closed. It's open. It's ready for you, right? Divine guidance, 000. You're receiving guidance and protection from the universe. Trust in the divine plan for your life. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to cut the deck right in front of you. Progression, 123. You are experiencing forward movement and the sequential unfolding of events. Oh my gosh. So this is going to be a rapid of events, right? Unfolding before you, several events, several opportunities, right? Trust the natural flow of life and take steps towards your goals with confidence. This is step 1, 2, 3. And at the same time, we have 4, 5, 6, 7. And 8, 9 is also in line. Wow, guys, you guys are moving up dramatically. Wow, this is growth. That's exactly what this card is speaking about. Growth. Okay, so we have here in the future, let me see, guys. All right, growth, 2, 3, 4. You are experiencing growth and expansion in all areas of your life. You are on the right path and moving towards greater fulfillment and success. Wow. Some of you guys are about to be very successful in life. And maybe you thought at first you weren't. Maybe your wisdom is what has grown. You've progressed. You've been divinely guided towards all of this progression. And now you have this growth. Wow, you've let a lot. Oh my. So this says let go of guilt. The card here for the near future is letting go. Some of you guys may need to cut ties with certain people or let go of certain negative thinkings about the past or feeling like certain things were your fault or you didn't do enough or this wasn't enough or thoughts of your father maybe. I'm feeling a strong sense of father figure here and remembering your father or something. Maybe for some of you guys, you tried to block out in your past several memories of your father, and now you're wishing you hadn't, and you may be feeling guilty about that, or it could be that you're now, as you got older, tried to block it out, and you're regretting of that, and you wish you could remember a lot of things, or maybe you're starting to remember certain things you've forgotten of your childhood or your past. We have 3, 2, 1. So we have 1, 2, 3, and then we have it backwards, 3, 2, 1. Maybe for some of you, you weren't seeing eye to eye with your father. Maybe you guys were seeing things differently. I don't know, maybe something about that. Or maybe your own personal self was seeing things a certain way and trying to align. Whereas here in the future, you're going to see things in a different perspective. You're not going to see them the way you used to. It could be something like that going on. So we have here surrender and let go of control. Release resistance and trust in the flow of life. Knowing that everything unfolds in divine timing and for your highest good. Oh, why did I put that there? That's supposed to go here. Okay, and then we have here at the bottom, new beginnings. So here you have a new beginning, 919. You're ready to start a new chapter of your life. Be open to meeting new people. For some of you, you may not be open to that, but God's telling you to be open to meeting new people. There's something about success and progression and growth and letting go of certain childhood trauma that's going to cause this shift in your life. And you're going to be transitioning. This is 345. 345. So you are in a period of transition and change. Some of you, it could be, some of you may know someone who's about to pass away. And let's just hope and pray some of you aren't about to pass away. But it could be someone you know is about to pass away. Someone. And for some of you, it could be, this is a transition of change. So maybe you are going to transition and change your way of thinking. Maybe you're going to have enlightenment or some kind of spiritual knowledge, some kind of spiritual growth or knowledge that's going to happen in your life, and it's going to transform you. And it could be something that awakens your mind to something you never knew before. And this is going to be, it's going to come as a feel of discovering something new. Embrace new beginnings and trust in the process of transformation. Some of you guys are about to bloom into this beautiful butterfly. So you're seeing things differently than a lot of people and very different than you did in the past. And a lot of these changes are going to happen very quickly, like dramatically. So this says, trust in the process of transformation unfolding in your life. You are about to transition into this beautiful butterfly. Or it could be that you find out somebody that was cross with you, someone who was wroth with you, is about to transform from their negative side to this beautiful butterfly and start helping you. Maybe this is an enemy, somebody that you thought as of an enemy or someone who you thought disliked you, and out of nowhere they're giving you stuff or they're helping you or they're trying to treat you better than they did in the past. This could be for some of you a father figure or a mother figure. This could be speaking to someone who reads cards or going to someone for guidance or spiritual wisdom, and they help you. All right, so let's see. Let's get these. Where are they at? Right here. No. Yeah, look at those. And we'll get this deck. There was one more if I can find it. There they are. We're going to do these because we had a whole lot of wisdom that came out today, guys. So I'm going to draw from this deck here, Inner Wisdom Compass. So let's see, what is the message for the collectives? What messages do you have for the collectives? Can you show us, please and thank you? Please and thank you. What are the messages for the collective? The messages for the collective. Messages do you have for the collective? Please and thank you. Please and thank you. Please and thank you. What are the messages for the collective? Ready? 1, 2, and 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh, I knew that card was going to come out. All right. All right, guys. Take out the trash. Some of you may be a janitor who takes the trash out. What did I say, guys? Wow. When I did this reading, that's exactly what I was talking about. This could be talking about politics and taking out the trash. Or this could be, like I was speaking of before, someone is about, whoever this janitor is, could be positioning up and taking, God's giving them someone's job. Some of you are about to level up. You may be taking the trash out, but you may be somebody who's about to be in a higher position. You're about to have that boss leadership job. All right, so, or position, right? Take out the trash. It's time to get rid of people and things that no longer serve you and hold you back from your life's purpose. So this is you getting rid of those certain things. Let's take another card. Comfort. At certain times in our lives, we all need to be comforted. Allow yourself to accept the comfort of others. At the same time, accept the positive, warm, caring love from others, right? And the positive side of others as you let go of certain energies that does not serve your highest good. And learn positive ways to comfort yourself also, which that's this card here. Self-love, right? So let's cut the deck. Yeah, for some of you, someone has passed away. And, you know, for those of you who have lost someone, you could have burnt a candle in memory of them. So I do apologize for that. Rest in peace to whoever they are. And for those of you who have lost this loved one, I am sorry. And, you know, I hope you can find a way to forgive and move on. For some of you, it could have been you lost a father figure. All right, so this is loss. Sometimes we must lose things and people to appreciate them and their value. Then other times we must lose again. Lose to gain, right? So for some of you, it could have been you've lost someone. It could be a father figure. And in order for them to be taken, right? I know it's hard to think about, but in order for them to be taken like that and to be in order for us to appreciate them more, sometimes God removes them from us so that we would appreciate the things that they have done for us even more. For others of you, it could be that and other times we must lose them to gain something more, right? I hate to say it that way, but you know, it is what it is. Okay, so we have here, speak your truth. So never be afraid to speak your truth. Stand strong, shade the ground you walk on, and never back down from your own morals and beliefs. This could be having something to do with the past and moving on. And it could have something to do with a father figure. But this is also telling you, never be afraid to speak your truth, to stand up for yourself, basically, right? Stand strong, shade the ground you walk on. Wow, cover yourself, basically. And never back down from your own morals and beliefs. This could have been a father who who made you feel like your own morals and beliefs didn't matter, or whatever this is that you believed in, and your belief system and the things to you that were your morals, right? He could have dishonored that or something, or didn't accept it, or didn't want to accept it, or something like this, right? Something like that. And this could have caused childhood trauma. All right, so we have here, meditate. Choose to meditate on good things, because whatever you choose to contemplate on the most is what the universe will give you. We have here happiness. True happiness comes from within. Never allow anyone or anything to determine what makes you happy. Survivor. Some of you guys are a survivor. When everyone counted you out, you made it through because you're a survivor. Wisdom. Wow, guys, we got wisdom here again with our high priestess and with King Solomon, the wisest human being on earth. Queen. Gosh, Lord help me. King Solomon. This is all about wisdom. Wow, guys, and this card here also is about wisdom. There is so much wisdom in this reading, guys. This reading is about wisdom. All right. Then we have wisdom again. All right, so we have support. We all need support every now and then, but be careful not to always be the one supporting everyone else and never being supported. This is you supporting everyone, and they are not giving back. They are not supporting you, but you are supporting them. What you have is a clever fox. Someone who thinks they're clever. Coming in a way to be able to have you support them. And they think they're clever. They're sneaky, clever, like this fox. Self-centered. News flash, the world doesn't revolve around you. And you are not the center of anyone's universe. The sooner you get a grasp on this, the better off you'll be. For some of you, you could be someone who's is supporting someone who's self-centered, who thinks they're clever like this fox. But they're about to get a news flash, and God's about to knock them down in whatever job position this is they have. Maybe for some, it could be someone's come in to support, but at the same time take advantage of you. Or come in as sneaky and clever, thinking that they're going to come in and tell you they're coming in to support you, when in all honesty, it's coming in a tricking way to deceive you, to take from you, right? To come in thinking they are clever. They're going to be able to sneak past you and get whatever they can from you and have you to support them. And the whole time your hand is dying. They're stealing, they're ciphering your energy to learn from you, but they're not giving the same power to you. They're taking this power from you. All right, here on the bottom, wow, dark night the soul, it's of the soul. Dark night of the soul. During your dark night of the soul, it may seem that all is lost and that you may not make it through. Rise from the ashes and choose to be better, not bitter. All right, let's go ahead and grab another deck. Let's see. Where's that deck I had out? I know I haven't done it yet. Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay, this is Path of Light cards. So you can get these on Temu if you like these guys. All right, this is what they look like. This is what the card, oh, joy and happiness. Some of you guys have joy and happiness coming in. This is what the cards look like, in case you didn't know. Here we have joy and happiness. I am like a child finding joy in the simple moments of life. True happiness comes from the spirit, not material possessions. Even the smallest joy holds great light, reminding me that contentment and peace reside within me, eliminating every step I take. So let's go ahead and shuffle and see what comes out. What are the messages for the collective? What are the messages for the collective? Please and thank you. Please and thank you. Please and thank you. What are the messages for the collective? Please and thank you. What are the messages for the collective? 1, 2, and 3. Okay. 1, 2, and 3. Straight up, we have harmony, happiness, right? The yin and the yang, the dark and the light, right? The female and the masculine energy, right? I am open to the truth that I am the image of God, and within me lies the power to bring light into my life. I transform all darkness within into light. By releasing complaints, anger, and hatred, I invite harmony into my being, embracing peace and balance in every moment. Surrender. Wow. We have survivor and surrender. I surrender control and allow life to flow with ease. I trust that everything is unfolding in perfect harmony. Through surrender, I find peace, releasing the need to control every outcome and embracing the flow of divine guidance. This divine guidance, guys, is, let's see, where's this card? Wow, it's here twice. We have divine guidance, and on here, divine guidance. Isn't that so beautiful? And they both look like an angel. And, you know, I did speak of a butterfly. Some of you guys may be transforming into this beautiful butterfly. That's a confirmation. All right, so let's see here. Let's cut the deck. We have, wow, release, which this card here says, let go. So we have let go, and we have let go here again. Release, let go of guilt, and let go, right? That is so beautiful. Let's see, let's put these cards back. Okay, right here. There we go. All right. We have now release. I no longer struggle with fear or the challenges of life. I take control of my life, thoughts, and embrace each stage of my journey. I focus on what I can change and surrender what I cannot to the divine. Trusting the process, I believe that everything will unfold as it should. And we have light. I am committed to self-improvement. That's exactly what this card is. Self-improvement, self-love. Right? Okay. Embracing all that life brings with an open heart. With each step, I grow stronger. Let's see. More resilient and more radiant in the light of my journey. For some of you, you may be on your own. Oh my gosh, guys. We have perseverance. And one of these cards was about perseverance. Can I remember which one that was, though? Perseverance. Maybe it was the five. Was it the Five of Pentacles? Let me see, guys, or I'm forever going to be haunted now. Let me see which card this was. Oh my gosh. Let me look it up. Perseverance. Yes, found it, guys. That is, and I was wrong, is the Seven of Pentacles, is perseverance. Guys, it's here twice. Perseverance. We just went over this Seven of Pentacles. And the key word of this Seven of Pentacles is perseverance. And it's here twice. All right, guys. Let me see here. Perseverance. We have here, let's see. I believe in myself and stay true to my heart. Through persistence, I follow my path with unwavering trust, knowing that everything will move in a positive direction. Perseverance. Wow. This is so beautiful, guys. We have here soul reflection. I take time for soul reflection, allowing myself to pause and check in. Let's see, your own soul reflection. Check in with my heart through deep reflection. I gain insight into my true desires and needs. I trust, some of you may be thinking that, you know, your desires is your needs, certain desires, right? But you think they're your true desires and they're really not. You think they're your true desires and needs, and they're not. It could be something that's even greater than you could imagine. I trust that these moments of quiet contemplation lead me to greater understanding and growth. And growth is right. Oh, matter of fact, perseverance is growth. Wow, how beautiful. Okay, then we have, let's see. Okay, so I'm being told to grab this card and this card for our King Solomon here. This is expansion and energetic. So there could be something about this. All right. So expansion, I am always growing, expanding, and evolving. With every experience, I expand my understanding and deepen my connection to the divine. I welcome change and possibilities, knowing that each step forward brings me closer to my highest potential. Energetic action. I focus on my heart and take meaningful action. I'm smelling Palo Santo right now. In the present moment for things I cannot change. Some of you may need to do a cleansing with Palo Santo. Some of you could have already burned it. I release them, placing my trust in God's plan and surrendering. Surrender is here again. Surrender. Wow. Let's see. In surrendering, I find peace and empowerment. Excuse me, guys. All right. And we have here protection. Some of you guys, I told you, are protected by God. You have this door to heaven that it will always be opened. You are someone who would be able to walk right through heaven. Maybe you have before in your dreams or while you were awake. or pulled there. I am divinely protected, surrounded by light and love at all times. I trust in the protection of the universe, knowing that I am safe, ensure, secure, safe, secure, and guided. No harm can come to me, for I walk in the light of divine protection. That's because you're being divinely guided. Let's see. Because you chose to be divinely guided, or the divine has chosen you to guide you in his way. All right. And chose to protect you. And we have here, I am the light. No matter the trials I face, I hold faith in a bright future. I transform darkness into light. I open, let's see. I hold faith in a bright future. I transform darkness into light, opening my heart to others and to God. I draw the light to myself and shine with all my being, radiating love, hope, and strength. Here on the bottom, the way of the light. Jesus being the light of the world who guides us and leads us. He is the light, and the way of the light is through and by him. I take conscious steps into the light. I take conspicuous steps into the light, transforming weakness into strengths by mastering my thoughts. With a positive attitude, I overcome obstacles and radiate light to every corner of my life. Through this journey, I embrace my power and share my light with the world. For some of you, that's exactly what you do. You love to share your light and your knowledge with the people around you and with the world. Some of you guys may have a YouTube channel. You may be someone who is a speaker, or a speaker of a house or something, or assembly, or a pastor, or maybe you're someone who speaks your truth. This is Future Higher Self Oracle deck. I will grab a card from here. Maybe you're someone who speaks on social media, like Instagram, TikTok, something like this. Facebook. May go live maybe on X or other social media apps, right? What are the messages for the collective? Please and thank you. Please and thank you. Please and thank you. What are the messages for the collective? 3, 1. Oh, okay, there's a block there. 3, 1, 2, and 3. All right, so cut the deck. 1, 2, 3. All right. Here on the top, you are an original, so let yourself follow your own heart. I'm hearing heartbeat. Be patient. Trust the wait. Everything is coming together. Here in the middle, we have, when a new door opens, walk through and begin again. For some of you, you may be have someone who's passed on and they're about to be reborn. Maybe this father figure has passed on, or a mother figure has passed on, and they're about to be reborn through a certain grandchild, or a cousin, or certain family members about to give birth to this family member who has passed on. Or for some of you, you're about to pass from this life to the next life. Or You just have several doors that are about to be open. Maybe some of you may have someone who has passed away and walked through the door and they're about to be reborn. All right, so we have here, challenge yourself to be stronger than your challenges. And let's see. I'm being told to take this card too. You aren't done. You are just getting started. Let's go ahead and take another card from the top here. We have here, new chapters require a new version of you. All right, so let's see what's here on the bottom. I'm being told to take 3 cards, not 2 cards. Okay, we can do this, guys. You're creating, let's say you're creating a you that will be proud of. Oh, that you will be proud of. You are creating a you that you will be proud of. So for some of you, you could be putting into certain individuals, maybe wisdom, instilling wisdom into certain individuals, and you don't realize that that energy you're putting into them, maybe teaching them, you're putting a part of yourself into these individuals. For some of you, you could be a teacher of some sort, no matter what this is, okay? Or helping, and you have students or something, and you're teaching them certain things, but you don't realize you're putting a part of yourself into each student you are teaching. Maybe you're someone who wants to be a teacher and to put parts and pieces of yourself, like wisdom into and knowledge, into these students. Let's see here. You have reached a new level and a new land to be discovered. Wow. There is something for you there. For some of you, there could be some treasure. Maybe you're about to come into an inheritance that you didn't know you had. Or you're about to come into some kind of wealth. Or maybe there was some treasure on some land where you worked or taught, or something like this, or built, or was working on. You were working on some type of land or something, and you're about to uncover something, some type of treasure or money or something, or a will or a deed or something, right? That will be significant for you or someone else, or maybe someone you're teaching. All right, something like this. All right, so your success is closer than you imagine. So just keep going. So you're about, for some of you, you're about to level up and become either very popular, very famous, a very well-known person, someone of high status, someone whose name will be remembered, something like this. Okay, so we have here, reach for your dream. Yeah, for some of you, you're working towards your dream job and you're about to get it all. You're about to level up successfully. I mean, like beyond what you could imagine. Reach for your dream, knowing that it's already coming true. Wow. We have here, what you seek is seeking you. So whatever this dream job is, or whatever this is you're seeking in life, it's about to find you. This is telling you, you don't have to seek it anymore. I know the Bible says something about seek and you shall find. So you seek, you're about to find it, because it's going to find you before you find it. Whatever job this is you've been wanting in life, and you think this is it, this is the one I want, it's going to find you when you least expect it. When you rest, it will find you. So without worry, whatever this is you've been focusing on, it's about to find you. Your shadows, wow, one of these cards was talking about a shadow. Your shadows, a shadow of yourself is what one of these cards was talking about, like a mirror of yourself, a shadow of yourself, right? Your shadows are just hiding in the light right now. So you could be someone who's made it famous, who's already leveled up, and you're famous now. But your shadows are just hiding the light right now, the light within you. For some of you, you could be a Leo. You could drive a nice car, vehicle like this. You may like space or stuff. Maybe that's your dream job, is about space, or maybe you're, I don't know, a janitor. Or maybe that's where you're at now, but you're going to level up to one of these jobs. Like maybe you fight crime in the streets or something. Or a detective. Or maybe you're just someone who works in big buildings or something. Or you're someone who takes the trash out. Or you work on vehicles or something. Let's see what all these cards are showing. Maybe you're someone who works for the city or the state or something. Let's see. Or travel, or maybe you work on boats, or you travel through boats or something. Maybe that's your job, something to do with boats. Or something about finding treasure. That could be one of your jobs or somebody's job or something here. Or stepping outside the box or seeing things differently, and that's your job. You get paid to do stuff like this. Or you're a storm chaser. Or maybe you're someone who is a scientist, or, you know, you deal with space or the earth. Or you could be an environmentalist. Or something about the moon. Yeah. Sometimes the best things are created from chaos. Maybe that's your dream job or something. Oh, maybe you're a writer. Or maybe you get paid to read certain quotes or certain things. You have many layers of truth to discover. Wow, about yourself. Maybe some of you, you're writing your own story. You have your own life story or something that you're going to write about yourself. Some sort of truth or something, a book. And maybe this is telling you in this reading here, maybe what these cards are saying is, whatever this is that your dream job is, go for it. If you've written certain things about yourself, or a certain book, or life, or general, whatever this is, go for it. Because it's going to be successful. Okay, there's another card I'm being told to grab. Let go. Wow, we have let go here again. Guys, look at this. Let go of guilt. Let go. Where's this other card? And I know there's one over here. Letting go is here again. Let go. And I know there's another card in here somewhere that speaks about letting go. Let's see if I can find it. Let's see. New beginnings, letting go, creativity. Maybe it's up here. I know there was one here somewhere. Loss, progression. Well, it's here. Leaving. There's leaving. I don't know, guys. One of these cards was talking about it. I know I pulled it out before. Perseverance, meditate, growth, transform. Where is it at? Maybe that was them. Heck, I don't know. Let's try these and see if it's here. Comfort, take out the trash. Where is let go? Slow down. I don't know, guys. I thought there was another one. All right, so let go. I mean, really let go. There's something better on the horizon. All right, so we have here, matter of fact, I remember, guys, I just read that card. What is happening? What have I done? My spirit guides are really working on my brain today. All right, so we have here, you are I think I read that card twice. I think that's what's happened. All right. You are a magical being with the whole universe waiting to assist you. Maybe there's a lot of people or a lot of things in life you guys need to let go of. That's what I feel like. But there's a lot. Maybe a lot of stuff you're carrying, right, on your shoulders, baggage, stuff, memories, things that, you know, no longer serve your purpose. Let go. Maybe that's what it is. And then you will transition. Or maybe you need to refocus, because focus was here several times. So we have here 666. Refocus to find balance between your material and spiritual aspects of life. Stop putting too much emphasis on material things. And self-reflection. 987. Look inward and elevate your actions. Embrace introspection and self-reflection for your own development and stability. 444. Angels are guiding and supporting you, providing a stable foundation for success. And we have here, what you find may not be what you expect, but what you truly need. So some of you guys are about to find something, maybe something that was buried or something. I'm going to read this last card here. And I don't know, I'm being told to read this one again. Maybe you guys need to remember this. 345, you're in a period of transition and change. Embrace new beginnings. And new beginnings was here, guys. Maybe that's why I'm being told to read it again. Okay. Let's see. Embrace new beginnings and trust in the process of transformation unfolding in your life. And we have here 890. You are experiencing renewal and a fresh beginnings. Release the past. Beginnings is here again. New beginnings. Some of you guys have a lot of new beginnings that are about to happen for you. Release the past and embrace the opportunities for growth and transformation ahead. And we have transition, and I believe transformation came out too. But anyway, guys, this is it for this reading. So if you like the reading today, guys, and the spiritual side of these cards and everything, if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe, become part of the family. And again, thank you for your likes, your shares, your subscribes, your donations. Thank you for your positive words and allowing me to read for you, and your positive energy, and just for coming on and communicating and being who you are. And thank you guys so much. It does not go unnoticed. So this is it for today, and I'll see you again. Love you guys. Bye. Oh, and guys, again, if you click that bell, it will send you a notification. So anytime I come on and I come live, you'll be notified that I'm on, okay? So again, if you haven't clicked that bell, go ahead and do that. So when I come on, and if you have a reading or questions or something, if you'd like a reading, or if you have questions, or if you have certain things that you would like me to read the cards on in your life, could be personal, it could be business, it could be whatever these things are, just let me know and I can draw from the cards. So love you guys. Bye.